Sterling Entertainment presents the Cinemacabre Cult Classic Horror Collection Box Set. 7 cult horror movies, remastered and presented on Blu-ray for the very first time, many never before released.
So what's up, movie lovers? Welcome back to the JeffMan316 Pop Culture Reporter channel. I'm your host, as always, JeffMan316. And I've been telling you for a couple weeks that I got a new box set that I was going to open. And instead of doing it by myself, as you see, I'm sharing the screen here with movie legend David Sterling, and he's from Sterling Entertainment. And that's because it's his box set is the newest one that I'm going to open on the channel. So I picked a time with David where he was free. So what better time to do it to open the box set than with the man himself? Yeah, and he's got the box there in front of him. So how you doing, David?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So we've chatted quite a bit online, but it's been a while since you were on the channel. But so I appreciate you taking a few minutes. What I figured we'd do is I'd open this. I was going to record the video anyway, and since these are the movies you produced, we can chat about each one for a second. You can just let me know what you think about each one, like maybe what your, something about it or what your favorite part is. So this set has got, was it 3, 4, 5, 7 Blu-rays. And so a lot of them that I've gotten recently had DVDs, but this is actually Blu-rays. And the title of the set is the Cinemacabre, the Cult Classic Horror Collection from Sterling Entertainment and Wildcat Entertainment. And I got this one myself from David, but you can buy it currently now. Is it still available on makeflix.com?
Yeah, either Makeflix, kind of a Makeflix exclusive, but people could reach out to me. That's not a problem.
If anybody wonders, I've placed several orders with Makeflix. They're really good. Their shipping is safe, pretty fast. So I'll put the link down below.
The thing is, all us video companies are now turning into boutique labels because everything's online. I mean, I used to get a lot of my stuff in Walmart and Best Buy and video stores, and that's all gone away. So we're all boutique labels. And on this set, all these movies have never been before on Blu-ray, and some of them have never had a physical release. So I think it's I did the set, but I think it's a great set. And it's not all my movies. Some of my movies, and I work with Wildcat Entertainment for a long time, so I handle their movies. And I just wanted a good set that's like assorted of the shot on video, late 90s, early 2000 movies that had what you guys want. And I was with, if you people know Jeff Leroy, we're working on something right now for another movie that we did a while ago. And back then in the day, it was different before all this technology. And I lived in Los Angeles for a long time. And I always thought me making the shot on videos and the people that I was working, not so much me, but the people that we got together were like the best of the micro budget people, and we had great Hollywood actors. I always think it's like we were the superstars of the micro budget because we had these dream teams of people that had, really good experience, and they did bigger stuff. I mean, I worked on television before this, and music videos and everything else. And then I found directors that did all kinds of other stuff, and we put together these teams to make these movies, and I really think these were the almost the golden age of shot on video.
Yeah, I really enjoy a lot of these. Back in the day when VHS was around, people would call these like B movies or stuff. But now micro budget is obviously what they call them because so many people are taking it upon themselves to go out and shoot movies. And obviously the stuff I shoot stuff on just my iPhone, just for my channel. So everybody thinks they're a filmmaker now, but you guys do a great job of producing these and the sets. I think I've got now, since I've purchased this one, I think I have all of your box sets. So I've enjoyed.
Wow, congratulations!
The Camp Blood ones I love, Things I love. So yeah, it'll be nice to dig into one that's just like a random assortment of micro budget goodness. So I'll give a quick glance.
I like pointing this out. We were like really serious filmmakers, and I know everyone thinks they're a serious filmmaker, but me, I set up the business. I'm not a director, though I can direct. I'm not a director. I want to be a producer, and I wanted to get involved with making movies that people want to see. I'm not trying to make, of course, we're all trying to make names for ourselves, but, I wanted to put out the best movie, the most commercial horror film I could for whatever amount of money I could. And it wasn't about me, because if it was about me, I would star in them and I would direct them because I could, because I was the boss in most of the cases. But I wanted to find people that could do better than I could, so I get better movies.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've really enjoyed all the ones that I've gotten from you. And so you've obviously been producing movies for a while. And that's why last year, when I did my online, what I call Jeffy Awards, I gave you my Lifetime Achievement in it.
It's so funny. All these people that do these micro budget, we're going to send our movies to festivals, and they go, I won this award and I won this award. I go, look, I haven't won any awards, but I'll tell you my awards. Walmart, Best Buy, Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, Showtime, Netflix, Tubi, Redbox. These are my awards because these movies got out and people could see them. And when I sold overseas, and I had some movies playing theatrical overseas and all kinds of stuff, So these were my awards. I didn't care about winning. Going to some fest and like, oh, that's a great movie, and here's your trophy that you got to pay for. And I rather say, hey, when I did a movie called Crystal Lizzie Borden, and Netflix was basically a rental business then. And right off the bat, they took 1,000 units, right after I made it. I'm like, this is great,
Yeah, it's
you
awesome.
can still rent that movie through Netflix.
Well, the good thing about it now is we went through the pandemic and everybody was online searching for something to watch. And I think that is what spurred a lot of people going out searching for different things. And that's it was right before that, but that's when I started digging in and watching all the box sets that I got from you, just because, I got tired of watching the same old thing. And then sometimes, like you said, some of these things are more entertaining just because you guys were out there just trying to make the best horror movie possible with that micro budget. So you had to be really creative with some of the stuff you did.
During the pandemic, which I really hated, but we did good business. Every day I had to go to post office to send stuff out. And I got so busy, that's why I hooked up with Makeflix. Because now they're my, they do everything. I supply the stuff. I still send stuff out. I have good customers, or people want to deal with me or whatever. So these boxes, we started in Christmas 2019 when Camp Blood. There's my cat. So, anyways, Phil, get down. Okay, good girl. Anyways, you can always cut that out. Anyways, Camp Blood was the first one, and I didn't know what they were going to sell, and I'm like, if I could sell 25 at Christmas, I'll be happy. And I did a lot more, and these things just, they just keep up. When you first put a box set out, you sell a lot. Then you get to a point where they kind of trickle, and that's okay, because trickling is great. You're selling a box here and there.
As long as they keep on selling, yeah.
Keep going. I mean, like you want to make stuff that you can sell today and 10 years from now, and I don't know what that business is going to be like 5 or 10 years from now. I have no clue. I still think that there's going to be physical for this stuff 5 years from now. I don't know what's going to happen. I think if you just make stuff that people like, they're going to want it. That's.
I agree. Well, the good thing about the box sets you made is some of the first ones the box obviously would hold, between 7-8 discs, and then you left a couple of spots in there because you released a couple movies after that. So I was able to get the Things and then add the New Things movie to that box. Then you're able to get the new Axe Grinder and add that to the box. And then obviously you got another Axe Grinder coming out. So it's cool as a collector to be able to get a box set like that on some of those older ones and add to it. But on like this one, I mean, the one good thing I always tell everybody is you guys do a great work. I like the box is really sturdy and it's got really great artwork on it. So like there's the front of that, and you always print artwork on the tops. and on the sides as well.
Yeah. Somebody told me this might be the best top of the box ever.
Yeah, that's a really good. Yeah, I love that one. Yeah, the Camp Blood. When I opened it, I think that's what I told everybody that I would. The
That's
design of that
all
one.
All these sets are still available, you know, and we're doing some more this year. And I got a couple of people are asking me about the Witchcraft, and we're always thinking about doing that one. And there's a couple others. I have a library about 140 movies. Then I leased out some other movies for box sets, and then we're going to do a couple other surprises. You know, you're always trying to think of, like I did the Claw. I think you did the thing on the Claw helmet. I think that was a really
I got that hanging behind me there.
I think that was a really fun set. And those Claw movies are dynamite. I want to make more of them. I work with this guy, Dave Palmieri, who does the Claw movies.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just busy all the time. I mean, he lives in the East Coast. And I produced those, but I was not on the set of either of those. They were shot over in New York. And so is the X Grinder 666, which should be out at the end of this month. And Camp Blood 666 Part 2, Exorcism of the Clown, that should be out at the end of February too. So
where did those shoot? Did both of those movies shoot on the East Coast?
All four of those were in New York. But two of them with Dave, and two with Will, who did other movies with Sean for a while, and then I'm going to say his name wrong. Matt Peters. He's out in New York, and he's a really great filmmaker. And I just discovered him. I'm waiting for Axe Grinder in the mail, and we do art, and we got to do a Blu-ray and some other stuff, and that'll be going out so people could buy it with the box as an extra, or they could just buy it individually. You know.
Yeah, I'll have to pick that up to add to my box. Well, this box has 7 movies in it, and I'm not going to try to do it in any particular order. What I'll do is I'll pull it out and we'll just talk about it for a second.
Pull it out, and I can tell you a story or two.
Okay, we'll go through just as they're the order that they're in the box. So the first one is Demonoids.
Demonoids.
Okay, so Demonoids is a movie that I didn't produce. I work with Wildcat. I kind of help them run the library. So that's the first time it really came out in a physical release. I think in America. It might have came out in the UK. I don't know. 2003 or 2004. And it's kind of a cool picture. And they shot that in LA. And they shot that digitally. And it has a good cast. It has, like, if you like pretty women, gore, monsters. Like I said, it's never been physically released. It's limited on streaming, if any, and it's just like a really good movie. Like I said, I didn't work on it.
You gotta like that cover there. You got some beauties on there. Yeah,
the cover is really nice. I did come up with the cover idea, so I didn't do the cover, but I work with 3 or 4 artists and doing different stuff, and these guys were great. And I like this art. This art is a little more Photoshop versus the other stuff that a lot of it's painted, like the Camp Blood or the Meat Hook.
The next one is The Mark of Dracula.
Ford's classic, The Mark of Dracula.
Hey man, nice fangs. What the hell?
It says Terror Never Dies, cult classic, first time on Blu-ray. I'll tell you, I like this cover. It reminds me of a like a 70s style Hammer film type cover.
Well, I believe I think my friend Joe Sherlock, the Skullface the Astronaut, he did the cover for me. And the great Ron Ford, who did Things 3 and Witchcraft 11 and a lot of movies, he did that one. I did not work on that one either, but it was part of the collection. And I know people always ask me about that film. When are you going to put it out? When are you going to put it out? So we put it out. And on all the Blu-rays, I have trailers. I have extras. I have I think you might be on one of these movies.
You said I would be soon, but we didn't discuss which one it might be.
You might be one of them. I think your Claw one is somewhere.
So JeffMan316, let me talk to you. So I just want to let you know that I'm confirming what David said in the interview / unboxing, that JeffMan316, your pop culture reporter, does have some videos as part of the special features on this box set. The first release, Butchered, I checked it out, and it does have my unboxing of the Claw set. You get the 2 Claw movies, a helmet, and a weapon. So if you look back there, I've actually got what's supposed to be representative of a bloody welder's helmet there. That's part of the special edition Claw set that you can get, I'm assuming, still on MakeFlix, but if not, ask David about it. And in the second release, Maniacal, has some old footage, like one of the original videos I did back in the day when I started the channel, where I unboxed the Empire of the Apes box set. So that, I don't have any props in here, but that's pretty cool. I want to thank David right in the middle of this interview and unboxing for including your pop culture reporter as part of the special features on these 2 releases. So like I said, sorry to interrupt, but let's get back to the original interview / unboxing that's already in progress. What are we waiting for? Yeah. So when the back of it says copyright 2007, 2022, is it 2007 when it was originally released?
Mark of Dracula?
No, that one says 1997. So did that come out that far back?
Yeah, that probably came out then. Okay. And then I put, because I re-released it, so I put a newer copy date.
Yeah, and it says this one is a cloning specialist brings back the Prince of Darkness via a sample of his blood. So that sounds like that wouldn't be pretty
that's
fun.
How you bring back Dracula. Is that funny? No.
That sounds like a cool premise.
That's how you do it.
This is one of the ones that I liked because you use it's for the top of the box. It's the Coven.
The Coven.
And the 4 corners connect to give us the power of the elements.
Of water, of wind, of earth,
and fire.
Oh yeah, The Coven's a great movie. Brad Sykes directed it. I produced it. And we did shoot that in 3D, believe it or not. I worked for 3D. Yeah, it never came out in 3D, but I worked for a 3D. Maybe it did. I can't remember. But the thing about that movie is Full Moon was interested in that movie when we finished it. And they decided they weren't going to pick it up. So we went to we went to Brain Damage originally to put that out. And it went to Hollywood Video.
Oh, okay.
Blockbuster. But anyways, this is a really good movie. If you like erotic witchcraft type movies, get this. You got Tanya Dempsey, who does a lot of Full Moon movies, and Beverly Lynn, who's in a lot of those late night movies. And
it says late night cable movie queen.
She I don't know about now, but for many years she used to be on late night cable every night, every freaking night. And she maybe did about 100 of those movies. But she's a good actor, and she's done other movies for me and other people. I think she was in the Philippines working with Corman, doing Blood Fist 2050. So she's done all kinds of stuff, and she's legendary. And so is Tanya Dempsey. She was in a few of my movies, and I think she did Deathbed, which was a Stuart Gordon Presents. For Full Moon, Deathbed, and she was also, I think she was in Shriekers, and so she's a Full Moon favorite. And she, and it was great working with these people. And like I said, these movies deliver. If you like witchcraft, you like a little TNA, you like blood, you like it's just a good movie. Overall, like I said, back then I was working with what I would call the dream team of making micro budget movies, and it really came out well.
All right, well, that one sounds like my cup of tea. It's got it says the extras include outtakes, trailers, a slideshow, and a box set review. So I'll check that one out. That sounds like that might be one of the ones I would enjoy the most there. Especially, I used to love watching that. I used to love watching that late night cable stuff. So,
oh yeah, I did another film with Beverly called "Babes Lost to Beaver Creek Part 2," and that
I think I remember
Cinemax.
seeing that online. Yeah,
that played on Cinemax. So, in fact, I used to have people. I had my uncle and a friend in Chicago. They used to call me up. They go, "Dave, we're up 2 in the morning. We're watching one of your movies, whatever." So.
I like the cover on this next one, man. It looks pretty cool. It's called Maniacal.
Maniacal, yes.
Maniacal.
We're going to be closing in about 15 minutes, sir.
Joe Castro, a director, effects guy, been in the business for a long time, very good. And Eric Spuda came up with the story idea. I would say it's kind of like in the Halloween type vein. And a lot of these movies, when you first see them, they can never live up to your expectations. But as time goes by, you develop more of a liking for them. I like this film. It's fun to watch. It's not long. It's pretty girls. It's blood. It's what you want in a horror film. A story with some good, decent acting for the level we're at. And it's people seem to like that movie,
So this would be considered obviously a slasher. So it says one of the extras is the Maniacal home video version. So what's different in the regular version and the home video version?
Maniacal home video version. There's 2 versions of the film. I think it's basically the same film, but one's more higher res and one's more like back in the VHS.
Like an old school, yeah. So you like watching old 80s VHS.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do now is like with some of these films when I can, I like to put 2 different versions. I like to put like the commercial version, and if I have a rough cut, like if you have Things, there's a rough cut of Things on there.
Yeah.
And there's the original Things.
So this next one is called The Attendant.
The Attendant.
Okay, The Attendant, I didn't work on at all. Corbin Timbrook, who's the actor, director, producer, writer, he did that with Mark Gordon. I think Mark shot that. Mark Gordon is the guy that owns these films that I work with, and he's an AFI graduate, so he's a very good filmmaker, and he's worked with some famous people before they got famous. And they shot this film, and it's kind of like a Blair Witch, it's shot around the time Blair Witch came out. So it's kind of in that, people were trying to get that Blair Witch kind of like feeling. It's very hard to do, But me personally, I'm not a big fan of the first Blair Witch. I kind of like the remake better. But The Attendant's really good. People really like that film. I got a really good release. Pretty sure it hit... I forgot the company, but a big company picked it up, and I think it got a good release. And then it's never been on Blu-ray, so I think people really like this film.
Yeah, and this one also has a home video version, a making of, trailer, slideshow, and a box set review. So yeah, you always do a good job of trying to get some extras on there whenever you can. So the next one is called Aquanoids, and this was another one I like. I really like the cover of this one.
Aquanoids.
Eric! God damn it, Eric!
Aquanoids is a great film. Initially I was going to work on that, and for whatever reason, I decided not to work on it. And if you like monsters, like they wanted to do it like what's the Corman film? Of the Deep.
Humanoids from the Deep.
Yeah, they wanted to do it like in that vein. And
okay,
it's a very good film. First time on Blu-ray. It's been out before, and I think people really, really like this film, and I didn't really work on it, but like I said, I passed on it. But that's the good thing about this box set, because there's so many different directors, and it's not like a series of films, but it's a series of films made by a particular company. So I think you have like really top grade kind of micro budget and low budget productions.
Yeah, that one actually said it's got director's commentary on it, so I'll have to check that out because it's got commentary,
I think
trailer.
you'll like it.
Okay. Yeah, and that was one of the reasons. We'll talk about this last one, but one of the reasons that I like this box set is it's got a different movie for almost every like style or no genre of horror.
Yeah.
Like you got a slasher, a Dracula, the humanoids from the deep kind of, and then we got this one, Butchered.
Butchered.
Butcher was a film I did with Joe Castro directing and doing effects, and then Ray Pesky did the camera work and the lights, and we had a haunted house to work in for a week, and Phoebe Dollar. We had a good cast on that one. Phoebe Dollar, Phoebe Sinatra Dollar from Hell's Highway, and not Death Factory, Goth. And Sunset Society that she did with Lemmy from Motorhead, and she just did all these unique films. And Elena Madison, you may not know that name, but she's in a lot of stuff. She's like in Bong, Full Moon, Bong 777.
Bloody Tease is listed on here as one of the movies.
Bloody Tease was a movie I did, which I like a lot, and.
Is that available in anything?
No, that movie's not out yet. But Camp Blood, not Camp Blood. Elena Madison was also in Creepshow 3. Which,
okay.
A lot of people don't like that film. I'm friends with the owner of the film, so I love it. But she's in one of the better stories, Elena Madison. And if you look her up, she's in a lot of stuff. I haven't worked with the last movie. I did a movie with her in 2010. I'm friends with a lot of some of these people I'm friends with. Some they show up and they leave, and I never see them again.
That was listed as another first time on Blu-ray. So you've done a good job of getting some movies that have never been out on Blu-ray before in this set. So yeah, this looks like is going to end up being one of my favorite sets of yours. So.
Yeah, if you seriously like, if you like micro budget movies or low budget, unique movies, this is, to me. I mean, buy all my sets, of course, but this is a really great set. If you're gonna, this is a nice set, and like I said, you could always get it to me. Just message me on Facebook or go to MakeFlix, and JR will take care of you. JR's a great guy. I worked with JR for a long time, and I think he's one of the better boutique labels for a lot of small. There's bigger companies like Shout Factory, Severin, Vinegar Syndrome, and then there's everyone else. Well, there's Blue. I mean, there's a ton of really good ones, but as far as up and comers like me, JR, MakeFlix, and there's company up and comers that are trying to do it too. I mean, because there's just so many movies, and people don't know because they don't know how the film business works. But there's so many horror movies that never been released from the 90s that have big budgets, name actors, and that's why I said I think the physics could go for a while, because there's so many movies out there that you can do it with. Not just with the new ones and the old ones, but let's say in the 90s there was a ton of movies in horror, and even in the 2000s after Chainsaw Massacre, the remake hit, it was Horror City. We were making horror movies like in the 2000s, like every 6, 8, 10 weeks. We're just knocking them out. I had a formula, and other guys were doing too. But I had a formula, and I had always had like some money based make movies with, you know.
So I'll tell my viewers. I know I had a couple people. I went ahead and just opened one. Like this one, Butchered, has like a nice little photo of the poster artwork. One of the guys was asking me, and that's the reason I'm doing this. Yeah, the discs do have artwork, and I think most of the ones are manufactured on demand discs. But I've personally I have an older Blu-ray player, and I have a new 4K, and I've never had any trouble playing any of your manufactured.
Yeah, I mean it's like I mean, I used to. I mean, you know, back in the early 2000s when the DVDs came out and you'd burn stuff at home, that was way different. But now I think in this day and age, whether you get them on demand or press, I think the quality is pretty the same, you know. But
well, I bought I do some Dollar Tree movie hunting. I bought an Echo Bridge movie. Had been that long ago, and when you put it in and play it, it's not even the right movie pressed onto the disc. So everybody makes mistakes, but I think the only type of people I've heard that might have trouble with some of the manufacturer on demand is when they're trying to use video game systems as their movie players as well. But if you actually have a standalone DVD, Blu-ray player, 4K player, you're not going to have any trouble with that. And this is I need to watch this, and as I do, I'll let people know on the channel which movies are my favorite out of there.
I want, at the end of the day, when you get your item, at the end of the day, they're like, okay, I like it. You know, sometimes it takes a little longer to get to someone just for busier, but when you get that product, they want to make sure they love it. That's how you get repeat business, you know.
Well, you obviously seen you get repeat business from me. I love your box sets. I'll always promote your stuff on my channel. Hopefully one day, if my channel gets a little bigger, maybe I'll get you some decent sales numbers. But until then, I'm going to keep touting the box sets. Like I said, go to Makeflix. You can get any of the recent ones that he's released. But the most recent one is this one, the Cinemacabre, the Cult Classic Horror Collection. It's got 7 individual movies, and it's got something out there in that box. It's got to have a little bit of what everybody would like, whether it be Dracula, a slasher, a monster movie. There's the Camp Blood, and that's what started it all for me. The minute that I saw the artwork of that Camp Blood set, I knew I had to have it. And then the axe grinder. So
I'm building the wall.
But yeah, go pick up any of these after that, and I highly recommend all those. He's got the Joe Sherlock DVD set. He's got the Joe Sherlock Blu-ray set. Yeah, David, that's why I've been a fan of his, and I wanted to get him on the channel to open this up. He's been producing movies for many years, and hopefully many more years.
100,000 years.
And maybe it'll be long enough where you'll get 100,000 movies released. But all right. Well, I know.
I'd like to make in the next 10 years another 100 films. So, you know, I don't know if I'll get there, but you know, you want to have big goals. You know,
exactly.
100 good movies. I'm sure there'll be a few. I'm sure there's going to be a few stinkers in there, but there'll be a few really great ones too. So,
yeah. Well, I fully support you on this channel, and hopefully anybody that watches this when I release the video, or into the future, will continue to support you the same as I do. I really appreciate you supporting me by coming on my channel. And then anything that you want before we close out, is there anything you've got coming up that you either want to talk about or promote, just so that people know what you got coming up?
Of course, we have at the end of February, Camp Blood 666 Part 2, The Exorcism of the Clown, and Camp Blood, an Axe Grinder 666. Those will be coming out, and then I'm working on. There's a couple box sets that I don't want to announce yet, but there's 2 or 3 that I'm going to do this year. There might be a witchcraft. I don't know that if I do the witchcraft, that might take me a year to do if I do it the way I want, because it's a long story, but I want to do a new witchcraft to add to them. So I'm not there. Nice, and then something for Christmas I'm working on that I don't know if it's going to happen, but if it does, I think it'll be really cool. People will like. And then there's a merch that I'm going to come out with, and there's different stuff, and I'm working on these T-shirts. So if anyone's interested in T-shirts, I've made 4 of them now, and I'm just keeping them simple, and I'm trying to get a whole stockpile of different T-shirts that people can get with like different covers or boxes. I just started working on it, and it's favorite movies or whatever. So we're working on that too. So we'll see how this year. I think I really appreciate the fans, and I appreciate you for doing this promo. And I think 2023 is going to be a good year. At the end of the day, this will be a better year than the past couple of years. That's what I'm hoping.
I totally agree. I'll give that a thumbs up. Anybody watching my video or any future ones, please always give a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. You get to see great people like David Sterling on here promoting movies, and I'll always promote his stuff. And like, comment, subscribe, share. Do that to all my videos. And David, I really appreciate you taking some time coming on here unboxing this with me. That was awesome. I always appreciate any time you spend, whether it's chatting or coming on here. So.
Anytime.
So I'm going to go ahead and close out the video by saying the same thing I always do, boys and girls. This is JeffMan316, and this time with David Sterling, signing out, saying you guys be safe out there.